From a kid who cries genuine laser-sharp crystals that can cut paper and glass, to a kid born with one eye without a nose. Today we are looking at 10 unique and unusual kids who are one in a million. Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. Hasnah Mohamed. 12 years old Hasnah Mohamed is from Lebanon. She was a normal ordinary girl just like every other kid, until one day she started to cry some genuine crystals. She was in school when she felt something strange in her left eye. This was the first time she got scared and confused. When she came back from school, she told her father about crystals. While talking to her father, another crystal came out right from her eye. Her father took her to see the eye doctor. The girl stayed in the clinic for 2 weeks, and the crystals kept flowing out of her eye as she cried. The doctors said he had no scientific explanation of the phenomenon. The doctor certified the pieces from the girl's eyes were real crystals. The crystal is sharp enough to cut paper and glass, but does not harm her eyes. Lali Singh. Lali Singh was born in early March 2008 in remote rural India. She was born with a rare condition called diprosopis. Diprosopis is a condition also known as craniofacial duplication. It's a condition having 2 faces. Lali Singh was born with 2 heads, 2 pairs of eyes, 2 noses, and 2 mouths. Her parents refused special medical treatment, saying she is the incarnation of a Hindu goddess, Durga. So due to this, their parents refused to perform a CT or MRI scan on Lali. Without this diagnostic imaging, it was impossible for doctors to figure out exactly how much her condition may have affected her brain and other vital organs. Media reports said she ate with both mouths and blinked all 4 eyes. People started to worship her as a god by giving money and food. She began to dehydrate and soon become very ill. Sadly, she passed away 6 hours later from a heart attack. Vanellope Hope. Vanellope Hope was diagnosed with ectopia cordis, which causes her to be born with a heart outside her chest. She was born with no breastbone. She was delivered by the cesarean section, and her parents think she would not live for long. A baby born with ectopia cordis usually has less than a 10% chance of survival. But little Vanellope defied the odds, and she continued to fight for her life. After a series of operations and 14 months of her life in hospital, she was allowed to return home for the first time. Cyclopes baby. An Indonesian woman shocked doctors when she gave birth to a Cyclopes baby with one eye. Atana Arianto and his wife Suryanti welcomed their 5th child, a girl, at the Rumah Sakit Umum Daerah Hospital. She weighed 5 pounds and was born with one eye in the middle of her forehead and a missing nose, although her other organs were complete. Sadly, she passed away just an hour later. Ladan and Laleh Bijani. Ladan and Laleh Bijani, born on 17 January 1974, were Iranian conjoined twin sisters who were born conjoined at the skull and shared some parts of the brain. The twin sisters spent most of their lives wanting to be separated. Because they shared some parts of the brain, it was difficult to separate them. But they didn't care about the risk. They want to live separately, no matter the cost. So they were allowed to undergo surgery. Fortunately, they passed away after 30 hours of surgery. Jaxon Buell. Jaxon Buell was an American child known for being born missing about 80% of his brain. No one thought he survived, since he didn't have 80% of his brain due to microhydranencephaly. Jaxon Buell surprised doctors who predicted he would not live to 1 year old, and some even said an hour. Jaxon has had a long, hard journey, but he keeps on fighting and proves doctors wrong every single day. At the age of 5, he passed away. Jaxon's parents said he passed away very peacefully, comfortable in my arms. He was surrounded by his parents and his friend and enjoyed so much love and snuggles in the final moments of his life and journey with us. Stevfie and Ahern. 18 years old Stevfie and Ahern are twin brothers who were born with a rare condition called Prader-Willi syndrome, which affects 1 in every 25,000 children. This condition makes the body unable to normally control feelings of hunger and fullness. Due to this condition, they are extremely hungry all day, every day since they were born, and that feeling will never go away. Stevfie and Ahern are so hungry they eat anything they have in front of them. They are so hungry they even eat papers, cleaning products, medicine, and all kinds of objects that aren't all edible. Sometimes that they even eat garbage. In order to stop them from eating, she has to lock up her refrigerator, cat food, cupboards, and even cleaning products. They can never be full, so they could potentially eat themselves to death. Shiloh Pepin. Shiloh Pepin was born with a rare condition called serenamelia, or mermaid syndrome. This meant that her legs are stuck together, giving her lower half the shape of a mermaid. This syndrome affects 1 in 70,000 pregnancies, and babies born with the condition almost never survive. Because of this condition, she was born without essential organs and parts of her body. She was missing her bladder and rectum. When Shiloh was born, the doctors told her parents she won't live for more than 72 hours. But she was a fighter and lived for 10 years. She was one of only 6 people in the world living with mermaid syndrome. Sadly, she passed away in 2009. Alexandra Siang. Alexandra Siang is from Philippines, and she was born in 2005. She is an Instagram model with more than 165,000 followers, who is known for her unique height and body structure. She is now 17 years old, but her height and face don't match those of a 17-year-old, but rather those of a 5 or 7-year-old. The cause of this unique appearance is she was born with a rare condition called Langerhans cell histiocytosis cancer. This is a terrifying condition that in most cases affects a person's growth by freezing height and bone structure. She used to get bullied in school because of her short height. Tiyo Satrio. 17-year-old Tiyo Satrio was born without arms and legs, but that doesn't keep him down. He has learned to keep himself happy by playing games on his PlayStation, as he uses his chin to operate the control pad. He even goes to school and can write with a pen in his mouth. A lot of people would let that condition keep them down, but he had no time for that. He still needs help getting dressed and getting around, and in school, his friends and teachers need to take him from class to class. Hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.